So Joe Biden joined Lawrence O'Donnell last night, and Lawrence asked him some good questions about Tara Reade's allegations. In particular, he asked the former vice president what he would advise voters to think about the allegations. Let's take a listen.
What would you say to them about their vote?
Well, I think they should vote their heart. And if they believe Tara Reade, they probably shouldn't vote for me. I wouldn't vote for me if I believed Tara Reade.
I wouldn't vote for me if I believed Tara Reade. I mean, we looked at some of the polling, Saagar,
on the polling
that shows that a lot of people believe Tara Reade. But on the politics of it, I actually think it was a really good answer.
That was a fantastic answer. That's exactly, like, well, why would anybody say that if they didn't want, he's running for president, he's giving himself cover. I thought it was a great answer. I mean, every once in a while you see why he is where he is and that he actually, once upon a time, was a pretty good politician.
Yes, it's a savvy move.
That was a very savvy move. And at the same time, though, he gives that good answer. What also happens is the moment he's asked about it, you can draw what you will. It looks to me like he's reading from a teleprompter. Let's look.
When a woman makes a claim that she has been harassed or abused, and this claim has changed as it's gone on, but harassed or abused, she should be taken seriously. She should come forward, share her story. She should be taken seriously. And it should be thoroughly vetted. And in every case, what matters is the truth. Truth is what matters. And the truth of the case is nothing like this ever happened.
And the reason why is you can actually see is the only time you can get him apparently to look straight into the camera for long periods of time is when he's reading off of something, because otherwise, unlike every other person I know who does cable news,
he's looking down at his notes.
Like I said, I mean, the most junior people on cable don't even spend that much time looking down.
They wouldn't be invited back if they did.
No, and they shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, look, I do think it was actually a savvy answer. On the other hand, if you really go down that road and say, look, if you believe her, then don't vote for me, again, you are putting yourself in a vulnerable position, because we don't know that this story that we've learned all we're going to learn about this story. We don't know that there aren't other stories to come out. Of course, Tara is not the first to accuse Joe Biden of inappropriate behavior. Her allegation certainly goes the furthest, but we've had a number of other women come forward and say that, that they had issues with how Joe Biden was towards them as well. And in fact, as we were mentioning, we did a poll here, Hill Harris X poll, and of the voters who had heard something about this allegation, 2/3 believe Tara. So you are kind of putting yourself in a dicey position if you're giving people permission to not vote for you.
And even more importantly, they don't just believe her on terms of harassment. They believe the actual assault allegation against him. And you see amongst younger voters who had heard this, I mean, what was it, 1/3 or 1/4 of voters from a Morning Consult poll had said that those who listened to Biden's rebuttal on Morning Joe from a couple of weeks ago said that he should go. And 45% of younger voters said that they thought that Biden should also be replaced on the ticket as a result of that polling. So you look at that, you look at the 2/3 number. At the same time, like I said, on a political level, I think it's smart, and that actually gives clear to a lot of people who would be on the fence and say I'm going to vote for Joe, because they'll be like, oh, nobody would say that if they were guilty. And the best part of this is another Kavanaugh comparison. He was asked in the same interview, do you remember Tara Reade? He says, no, I don't remember her at all. During the Kavanaugh thing, everyone was saying, if he doesn't remember it. Maybe he was drunk. Maybe he forgot it was happening. Maybe that just shows just how he's erasing people from his past in his memory.
Or that he's such a repeat offender that it doesn't even stand out to him.
Doesn't even know which one. I mean, look, same standards. Let's look at it case by case. What has been the reaction? I haven't seen a single piece of outrage as a result of saying, I don't remember her. I mean, I think it's perfectly reasonable. I mean, Lawrence did tee it up for him, being like, you had over 1,000 staffers. I mean, at this point, do you even remember the person? It's like, well, gee, Lawrence, I wonder what you're trying to get at there. You can never escape how the media is setting him up here, just teeing him up. But overall, I agree. Good response, very political. Most of the people, I think at the end of the day, I think most of the Democrats will vote for him. I absolutely do.
Yeah, and I think even with the polling that shows that so many actually believe Tara over Joe, they look at it and they go, yeah, but Trump has his own accusers and we believe them, and these are our choices, and they are willing to overlook it. we've seen the polling change. It's just dramatic. We've seen the polling change very quickly among Democrats and whether or not sexual assault is disqualifying. Like this. The moment it's become inconvenient, a lot of the Democratic base goes, well, let's think about it. Maybe not. Maybe it's not disqualifying. Maybe if there are extenuating circumstances, like Donald Trump is the opponent, maybe there's another option here. So very interesting how people have changed so quickly.
Too good.
All right, we're rising for you after this.